My name is Justin. I'm with UCAN, which is the Cube Bikes distributor in North America. We're based in Canada, have been distributing Cube bikes in North America for the last 5 years, but really making a push into the US this year and in the coming years. Cube is a 25-year-old German brand based in Stuttgart. All of our e-bikes are produced in our Stuttgart factory, which coincidentally is in close proximity to the Bosch factory. Every bike in our e-bike line you'll see is equipped with a Bosch motor, save a few that we'll talk about later. Cube has been, as I said, making acoustic bikes for 25 years, e-bikes for the last 6-7 years, one of the first European companies to really jump on the e-bike trend. If you look here, this is the catalog simply for Cube e-bikes, so a pretty extensive listing of e-bike models. We'll cover a few of them here, but we make everything from high-end commuter bikes, city bikes, eRoad, e-touring, kids bikes, the whole gamut. Cube also makes a full line of accessories. So in the European market, Cube is every bit the brand as the big three. Sure. One of the real driving influences in the e-bike market is e-mountain. It's a category that appeals not only to the e-bike enthusiast, but also sort of the aging boomer or the aging mountain biker that wants to ride further, faster. This bike is the Cube Stereo Hybrid Action Team 160. Action Team is Cube's professional enduro downhill team. They ride both acoustic bikes, so we have this same bike, the Stereo 140 or Stereo 160 Action Team acoustic bike is what they ride, and they train on this bike. In Cube lexicon, hybrid means e-bike. So any bike that's preceded by the word hybrid means it's an e-bike version. And we do share the same geometry and kinematics with our pedal bikes as well. So a bike like this has been proven on the downhill enduro circuit with the geometry and then has the motor added to it. You'll see the same thing on our eRoad technology. We have the professional road team Wanty Gobert racing in the Tour de France on our Lightning and Agree traditional bike, and then we have an e-bike version of that. So the Action Team is sort of our calling card bike because it uses the Action Team colors, the bright orange, red, gray, and blue, really a calling card. Cube in Europe is pretty well known for the color and graphics, one of those brands that people look to set trends in that regard. So people flock to the Eurobike booth every year to see what's new for Cube. The next spec down from this bike is all black and black, so of course we have that variety. This bike currently is 8,000. Uses the Bosch Performance CX motor, of course, 160 millimeter travel front and rear, Fox Factory 36 shocks. Uses the SRAM EX 8-speed e-bike specific drivetrain. But you can get into the Cube e-mountain bike platform in the low 4,000s. We make 120 millimeter travel versions, 140 and 160, and varying wheel sizes between the 27.5 and the 29ers. This bike is a 27.5 2.6, which is right on the edge of plus size. You'll also see mixed in the Cube spec the Newman rims. Newman is Cube's house brand, so we do full production of wheels, stems, bars, all under the Newman brand. So the other end of the spectrum is the Cube Town Sport Hybrid, which is your basic European commuter bike. Town Sport Hybrid is a $2,600 bike, so kind of the other end of the spectrum. This is our 46. We also make this bike as low as a 42 centimeter, so it's a bike that's going to fit pretty much any rider. You can put your feet comfortably on the ground. Really easy step, wide open cockpit, suspension seat post, suspension fork, adjustable stem, rear rack. When you use a derailleur on an e-bike like this, you get the full torque spec on a Bosch motor, integrated lighting. Perfect. So we're over at the Fazua booth, which is a innovative new road-specific e-bike motor. So this is the Cube Agree Hybrid SL. This is our Dura-Ace Di2 version with the integrated Fazua motor. This is our $10,000 full race bike. Show you how you remove the motor on this thing. So the motor and battery unit come out integrated in one piece, leaving us with about a 22-pound carbon road bike. And this bike is available in 3 specs: a 105 at right around $5,000, a Ultegra in the 7,500 range, and then the full Dura-Ace Di2 at $10,000. So just to highlight a few of the other varied bikes within the Cube lineup, we have a full line of women's specific e-mountain bikes. This is the Sting Hybrid full suspension. Make a very similar bike in hardtail versions called the Access. So Access hardtails. This matches up with our Reaction hardtail men's bike. And then over on the touring side, we have what we would consider more of a European cruiser style, the Ellie, available in a derailleur version and also in the internal hub version, so some real good splashes of color. Give you
What are the price points on these are?
These are right around 3,000. Yeah. And then I'll show you quick highlights on that full suspension lineup. 160 models, 140 and 120, including carbons. So that's the bike you were looking at there. In the 160, jump down to your neutral colors. And then we jump into 140s, and there's also an action team in the 140. Top to bottom, lots of great splashes of color. $120, including our carbon SLT.